Hello guys, my name is Akshima Agarwal. Today I'm going to discuss one data analysis project on Excel. So I have a data set based on the bike buyers. So there are many attributes which are present inside the data set, and with the help of that attributes I'm going to discuss how many people are using bike nowadays. Now, as we all know, what is data analysis? To take invaluable insights from the data. So before analyzing the data, first of all, the very first step is data cleaning. Before data cleaning, we are not able to analyze the data properly. So first of all, let's clean the data. This is the bike buyers dataset. We are going to analyze this dataset. So before analyzing, the very first step is data cleaning. In data cleaning, first of all, we are going to remove the duplicates. So how do we remove the duplicates? Let's select the whole data. Then go to data. So there is an icon of remove duplicates. Kindly click on it and select all the columns. Then click OK. So now we have removed the duplicates from the dataset. Now, secondly, we are going to check the format of the data which is stored inside these columns. So the very first column name is ID. So this column is okay. The next is the marital status. In the marital status, we have the two types of values, that is M and S. Now I'm going to change the value of M with married and S with single. Now next M. Okay. Now we have done with the replacements in this particular column. So now the column name has also changed due to our replacement. Now kindly make it correct. Okay. Now next is gender. Now in gender also we have the two types of values, F and M. Now I'm going to replace F and M with female and male. Now next column name is income. Now income consists of the values which are of currency type. Now what we are going to do, we are going to change the format of the numbers which is stored inside the income column. Select, go to home, click here to number, right? Now we have two zeros after the decimal value, but we don't need these two zeros. So how do we remove them? So there is an option of decrease decimal. So I'm going to click on it. So now I have removed the zeros after the decimal point. Now next column is children. It's okay. Education is also okay. Now next is occupation. See, when we seeing the values which are present inside the occupation, they are not in the proper format. So what we are going to do, we are going to make one new column and make a replica of this occupation by making all the values in a proper format. Now, how do we make them in a proper format? by using the proper method equal to proper value is stored in B. Now then enter. So see, now the value is in the proper format, but there is a white space here at the left side. So how do we remove that white space? By using the trim function. Now let's use the trim function before proper. Now again, enter. Now see, this white space has removed. Now let's drag to the whole column. Okay. Now all the values has changed in a proper format. But if we click on any of the value, we are seeing this formula. So which is not right, because if we delete the previous column of the occupation, then these values which are present in the new column of occupation becomes null. Now see, if we select the previous column and try to delete, now this becomes a null value. So let's undo the thing. Now how do we store all the values in this column? Now let's select the column, then copy the whole column, then do the right click and paste special. Now in the paste special, we have the attribute values. Kindly click on it. Then click on OK. Now these values are stored inside it. Now when we click on any of the values, so there is a value, not a formula. It means the values are stored in this particular column. Now I can remove the previous column because there is no need of it. So kindly delete. Now the next column is homeowner. Homeowner consists of two values, yes or no. Now next is cars. We have the number of values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. Now next is the commute distance. It is also okay. Then region, also okay. The age. Now every person has a different age. But how do we make it feasible for us to represent the particular type of person of that particular age? So what we are going to do, we are going to make a new column of age bracket, where we are going to define if the person is of age greater than 30, then it belongs to middle age. If it is less than 30, it is an adolescent. If the person is greater than 60, then it is an old person. Okay, we are going to define these age brackets on behalf of the column which is present, that is age. Now let's add one new column over here. It is age bracket. Now we are going to write the condition equal to if L2 is less than 30, then the value is adolescent. Otherwise, the middle age. Now if we drag and drop, now we want to add one more value, that is old. So how do I add? By using one more if L2 is greater than 57, then the value is old. Okay. Now we made this column. Next is purchased by. It consists of only two values, no and yes. Now we have cleaned the data set. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to visualize the data according to the need of the client. We have cleaned the data set. Now I'm going to analyze with the help of the pivot table. Now what is a pivot table? It is used to quickly summarize the whole data set in an interactive manner. So first of all, I'm going to select the whole table. Go to insert, click here, click from table or range. Now click OK. Now here is a pivot table and all the fields are present over here. Now I'm going to make a comparison between the two types of gender, that is male and female, with the average income. First of all, take gender into the rows. So we have two types of gender, male and female. And I'm going to calculate their average income. Let's change the sum of income to the average. Okay. Now, with the help of their income, I'm going to analyze whether they have purchased bikes or not. Now, this is the average income. So how many have purchased the bike? How many of females who have the average income of this have purchased the bike, but the average income of this have not purchased the bike? Same as in the case of male. Now these numbers are in the form of decimal. Now let's remove the decimal. Select, then go to home and click on number. Now I want to get rid of the values which are after the decimal. Okay. Now let's represent with the help of the graph. Go to data. Okay, go to insert, recommended charts. So I'm going to select any type of chart which I want. But I think the first one is better. Now here I'm going to add the chart title, that is the average income based on gender. You can add data labels or access titles. But I think there is no need of access title. There is a mention of gender and the average income over here. So we have completed this graph. Now let's add one more graph. Insert pivot table from table or range. Click OK. So we have a new pivot table. So now I'm going to see with the help of the commute distance. So if the commute distance is large, then how many people are preferring to buy bikes? Then let's see how many people have purchased bike. So this is the count of the purchased bike, right? Count. How many people? Then this is the row labels. Let's represent with the help of a diagram. Go to insert, go to recommended charts. Now I'm going for a line chart. Okay, so which line chart I will choose? I think this is good. Okay. But see, there is 0 to 1 miles, 1 to 2 miles, 2 to 5 miles, 5 to 10 miles. So this comes in last. So how do we change this? Let's go to bike buyers. So what we have here, kindly replace the 10 plus miles. More than 10 miles. Now after replacing, go to sheet 5 and go to data. Click on refresh all. Now you can see the changes. 0 to 1 miles, 1 to 2 miles, 2 to 5, 5 to 10 and more than 10 miles. Now let's add the chart title based on commute distance. Now let's add one more pivot table. Click on OK. So now we are going to compare by age. Okay, so take the age bracket. Purchased bike. So there is a blank. Now let's see why there is a blank over here. Okay. Now let's refresh. Go to data, refresh all. Okay. Now see. So according to the age bracket, how many people have bought bike? Right? 35, 401, 47. Now let's represent this data with the help of a chart. Now let's take the line chart again. So is this fine? Okay, let's see the another one. I think it is fine, right? Let's, okay. Let's add the chart title. Purchased bike based on age. Now we have analyzed with the help of the three charts. Now I'm going to show these three charts in a dashboard. Now we have made these graphs. I'm going to make a dashboard. So let's add one new sheet, named it as dashboard. Now let's copy all the graphs one by one and paste it over here. Now we have copied all the graphs. So for a dashboard, we don't need these grid lines. So how do we remove it? Go to page layout. So there is a grid lines. Kindly untick the view part. Okay. Now next, make a heading. Okay, so kindly write the heading. Bike buyers dashboard. I think this is the good one. Now let's arrange the graphs. Now these are the three graphs and the heading. Now what we want to do, we want to make slicers so that if we select any value, then all the three graphs will change according to the need of the user. So how do we add slicers? Go to insert, click slicer. So kindly select any attribute from which you want to change the values of all the three graphs. So let's select one, marital status. So this is the slicer. Now, what does it do? If we select married, what we want, if we select married, all the graphs will change its value according to the given condition. So we want to connect this slicer with all the three graphs. How do we do? Go to report connections. Kindly select all the pivot tables. Okay, right? Now if I select married, now see the changes are in three graphs, all in three graphs. So if we select single, then all the three graphs will change according to the condition which I have given. Now, if we want to add more slicers, click on slicer. First of all, you need to select a graph, then click on slicer, then let's add the region. Now, I also want to connect with all the graphs. Go to report connections and click all the pivot tables. Okay, now if I select Europe here, it will change accordingly. Okay, now if you want to add one more slicer, then kindly select any of the graph and click on slicer. Now what do you want to add? Let's add, it is based on the education, right? Connect with all the tables. Now if we change the value over here, it will affect in all the three graphs. So these slicers make our dashboard dynamic. I hope my video lecture will be very useful for you. So thank you.